All right, let's talk anyway. Again, what made the United States of America be able to be the United States of America? It is Saudi Arabia. And we do know that the Arabic economical power in the United States is reasonable and very efficient. It's very strong, this way or another. The matter of petroleum and the relations with the Muslim countries, as though the Saudi Arabian government is not much appreciated, United States of America is much dependent on the past that they have interacted all through the Arabic nations. In fact, by way of another analysis, technology and the superpower situation of the United States is showing that they are not dependent on Arabs this way or another today. However, internationally, the benefits of the United States is showing that going along with the Jews is not the benefits of the United States of America. Going along with the Muslims is the benefits of the United States. This is a matter of the world deed. This is a matter of the security of the United States. This is a matter of law, humanity, and peace. Well, I personally should note this point about this issue. Israel is going to gain as much as land as it can. By nature, it's going to be only Palestine in the Middle East. And I consider this to be by nature. But the furthest point inside Middle East, the area that the war and the terror is blowing up, if this war breaks through and blows more up and becomes zealous, that is going to be the day that the United States of America is not going to be able to stand on its own and get separated this way or another. Because this calculation, as the dynamic that stands on the global scale, as of the United States of America, is going to bring the consequence that it will get separated and get into dispute and bring out a civil war. Donald Trump is talking about law. Donald Trump is talking about a requirement that the people who come and go to the United States should be checked up very carefully due to this or that reason. Because it can be because of the dynamics in the United States or the powers in the United States, or which are outer centers. It doesn't matter. Law is law. Precaution is precaution. I find rights as of what he does and what he says. But the Democrats are in the sense of the abuse of the dream of Americans, Americans' hope of solidarity, peace, strength. Democrats are doing wrong today. Well, this is a real calculation, because inside of the United States, our people are in covert clash. Everybody knows this. So instead of putting your head or digging your head or burying your head into water, into sand, whatever you say. Just bring out your head and look into the situation in a realistic way and find what is right for the good of the United States people. If you don't do that, what's going to happen? Bad. Too bad. Peace is based on only reality and mutual trust. Muslims and Christians should understand this. Muslims do not need to destroy or destruct the United States of America for their own deed. Nobody needs it, in fact. But the Jews need that. You know that. Muslims are better allies for you, if you consider. If you don't just fear and gain arrogance, as any one of the two sides might do so. We all know this. This is just simple human nature. But sobriety, patience, and a little bit of givingness mutually, this will solve a lot of problems on the world and for the benefit of the United States of America. For everybody, in fact, if you just consider. We are preparing our own pits, and we don't want to fall into that. We trust in our strengths, but that strength in some day might turn against us, because as human clusters we are made of multitudes. We should consider this. Personal disintegration brings out the harming of the entity of itself. And we are multitudes, and it's much easier to come through or come down. You should note this. This is real. This is a realistic way of thinking of the goodness of all humanity, along with the Americans and the Muslims. All together. All for Canada, all for Brazil, all for Mexico. All for Europe, in fact. Insidiousness does not help sober mind. In fact, it always burns in the deep and then explodes or covers everywhere. This is what we need to know, what we need to think about.